Hey there, this is Sparrow, and you're listening to Sparrow Speaks. My pronouns are he, him, or they, theirs. This is officially episode 10, not including the prologue. And even if this video doesn't resonate with you, I'd like to offer a suggestion of staying hydrated. I'm probably a little rusty because it's been like a month and a half. I don't know. Obviously, if you have seen episode one, then you would know I've been moving. Anyway, it's not to say you know about that episode. But yes, I've been in the process of moving. And so, if you saw episode 9, then I know I mentioned maybe having another part to talking about souls. I do want to talk about souls and like what I considered like astral conditions and stuff another time. I know I also talked to a lot of people. This is separate on TikTok, which talk I was talking to a lot of people about Fae and like my opinions of them and my experiences of them. So if you're coming from TikTok, first of all, I appreciate you putting the effort to stay in touch with what I'm talking about. Because I'm still programming a new story in my life of being seen. So it's not the easiest thing to do. But yes, I am currently at a friend's house. I was cat sitting and chicken sitting for them. And manifesting a giant monstera and like great office area for recording. I love this leather couch. But what I wanted to talk about today, it's partially an update, partially improv, and kind of see where it goes from there. Because I've had so many different thoughts spinning around, so I just needed to get back into the groove of this and lay something out. So, Steady in Love, their YouTube, she posted this channeled message from Mother Gaia like 2 weeks ago from when I'm recording this. I'll link it down below. But, 3:33 on the clock. Basically, to summarize what she was saying, she had a very important message, and she was crying in it, basically saying that Earth needed, that was in purging mode, needed to purge to like heal and stay alive. And I guess this isn't really surprising to a lot of people who are plugged in. But I guess the gravity of it really spoke out to me, that like she loves us, but like this needs to happen in some way or another. In my opinion, COVID was a form of purging. On the milder scale, really. That sounds terrible, but it was something that we had an option, a lot of us, to opt out of. So, in my opinion, that wasn't enough. Like, more people who are hurting the earth are going to have to be wiped away. And I'm not saying I want that to happen. But it just made me aware of more of myself in the grand scheme of things. I could just being I could just be arrogant. I could end up dying as well. Who knows? But I had already been thinking before this message that I saw, and let me give you some context for it. I have suffered in the past from, I would say, mild hypochondria, but every once in a while I have a really bad anxiety attack, and I think that I'm gonna die because I'm experiencing something new in my body that doesn't feel right, you know? And it's not to say it's not easy to unalive. I don't even know if this video will get flagged for the use of the word dying and death and all that stuff. I think it's a normal, healthy part of life. But I'm a kind of person who's felt like I've had a purpose, even if one of my purposes is just as loose as having what I want, manifesting what I want. My currency is my joy, in my opinion. Not for everyone, but for me, it is. Like, that's what I bring to this world. Living free, I've mentioned this before, living free as a black trans man, and what that means for me. But so I realized already, like maybe a month ago or less, that as long as I'm working towards like my life goals, like trying my best in whatever form that looks like, I realized that that my life was not going to be thrown away so easily. The universe, my spirit guides, source, whatever you want to call it, like they want me to spread this joy with the world. I am meant to have what I want. And I feel like there's a lot of other like manifesting YouTubers, whatever, law of attraction people who feel the same way. But this message took it a step further. I realized even more of my ego coming up in between those layers, that it's not just me spreading joy so other people can be happy, but I am one of the chosen, it feels like, in the regards of helping other people to wake up and heal so they can survive this purge as well. So I hope this message reaches out to people, because like the number is growing by the day, but the number of people who are spiritually advancing and trying to help heal the world, like, they're the minority right now. And it only takes, I saw a TikTok like a year or two ago that says it only takes a certain percentage of the population to, I don't want to use the word evolve, but to like become more enlightened, to start to heal and kind of like level up within themselves. It only takes a certain percent to change like the course of a whole population. Probably because, and this is where some of the psychology comes into play, or sociology, with these talks that I like to have with you, is it's healing the planet doesn't come from us trying to perch. Like, we don't remove the rot. We you can't like react to fear and like hate and stuff that comes from fear, from a place of fear. You have to react from a place of love. So it's actually just focusing on yourself and being your authentic self. That, checking to see if my mic's on. But it's that self love actually that slowly begins to heal the rest of the community, because a huge percentage of the population, of humans in general, are not leader types. They follow, which isn't a bad thing. We are not all leaders. That wouldn't make any sense. But yeah, for all those people who are in autopilot, they need some kind of message. And because all of us are different sides of the universe, we all perceive life differently. There needs to be also a wide variety of these messages out there so that it will resonate with different types of people. I've talked about Duncan Trussell before. He speaks a lot with the dude broad side of psychedelics, which is really interesting because the love they share crosses more into a realm that maybe I may not be able to reach, which is like maybe a cis straight white community, because they are capable of healing too. But so I feel like a lot of us, my point with saying all that is, I hope me going past my fear and posting and my opinions inspires you to look past your imposter syndrome and do the same, to realize that Mother Earth needs as many conduits as possible, as many hands on deck, pulling other people ashore. This video I make might only end up reaching my 20 minute, 30 minute followers. Maybe not even that. But you combine that with Steady and Love's following, who saw, and then anyone who was inspired by me and anyone else who was inspired by Steady and Love, and it branches out. You see what I mean? And if anyone's feeling discouraged, I would suggest I would say that it takes a lot less effort on your part than you realize. I think many people would hear that the earth is purging anyone who isn't healthful for her, and they would be like, oh, there's no hope for me. But I would actually suggest the opposite, that if you see one of these videos and if you're feeling some kind of calling, then your baby steps are enough. Like, they have to be enough for you. Time is far more, and I talk about this in a lot of different episodes, and I will talk about how I perceive time probably in the next episode. I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon, but there really is enough time for you to keep taking these steps and to even regress. There's time for that too. Because the universe is always giving us what we need. I feel like a lot of people die either because they've already done what they've come to do, or they've completely given up on what they want to do and they don't have any life in them left, and there's nothing wrong with that. Depending on what your beliefs are after you pass, if you believe in reincarnation like me, like, I would highly suggest, like, not shaming yourself and just, keeping in the back of your mind, like, if it does end up being game over, like, or when it does end up becoming game over, where do you want to go next, and what goals would you have next? Because you get another chance. And so there's been many things that I've either stopped doing entirely or had hiatuses on. And internally, it's felt like a great struggle and battle. But as I'm letting it become more easy for me, and I'm letting these small steps be enough, like, I had my filming equipment out for a few days. Like, I saw this message a week ago, and I had been wanting to post. And today was actually supposed to be my last day in this house. And when you know it, between the manifestation of wanting to film here and the manifestation of another thing that's going on with the other place I'm staying at that I didn't want to participate in today, I end up, like, I'm going to be here one more day. And so if it's something that truly matters to you, and it's something that you've lost connection with, as long as you are being kind to yourself and trying to heal, do what's right for yourself, not necessarily, oh, what you're doing for the collective, the community. That's not what this is about, because when you make things bigger than yourself, then it becomes even more daunting. I hope if you need this, you've listened 20 minutes through or at least jumped up to this point, because I've learned that being helpful to the community and sharing love in a genuine way that feels good for me, not just what I think I should do for others, not just like a caretaking complex. That comes from nurturing your own energy first. When I have energy, when I'm doing the things I want to do, and I feel satisfied and fulfilled in that, then I end up cooking extra food, taking care of like houseplants that look like they need it. This monstera, I think, needs to be repotted. Either that or like needs a bigger window, because like it's south facing and he's healthy. But yeah, it seems he's so healthy he needs more, you know? And I might make an entire episode on how we are all just plants. But I'm saying I usually go out of my way, not even out of my way. I help people when I have the energy to do so. And I think many people at their core do that. And they think that they're an awful person maybe because they never have energy to help others, or they're not giving what others are giving. And you have to understand that I think all humans are helpful when they are healthy in their own way, you know? If we were all, if this was the barter system, which, you know, we're coming back to that, 2222 on the clock. Um, but booty, 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 rocking everywhere. You're going to hear me stemming random audios more and more often. But I got sidetracked because I saw a calendar message on my phone. Anyway, if we were all trading the same thing, we wouldn't be able to get what we need. We all have something different. Oh, I'm so glad I remembered this before I ended this episode, because it's very important for me to state that thought gone, head empty. Maybe I'll just make this a two-parter. Nah, I don't think I have enough for that. I think I'll film another episode, but it'll be on something different. Give me a sec then. Maybe I'll just cut this bit of the video out. Oh, yeah. People often shame themselves with the fact that they're not an activist doing direct action. They're not like on the front lines with threat of being unalived or taken to prison or anything like that. Or they don't have like money to give. But they don't realize how much the universe is like, it's a puzzle. Like maybe I went out one day and smiled at a stranger, said something very like genuine to them, and like brightened up their day. Maybe because of that, they don't unalive themselves. Or maybe they feel like they have more strength to take on a project or something that they've been wanting to do. And it's a domino effect. Maybe that person gets a Nobel Prize, or ends up leading projects to help Palestine. Like, you never know what component you're going to be. We're many parts, and so we have to have different roles. And so I will repeat, like, sometimes your purpose is just wanting whatever you want, having whatever you want, manifesting whatever you want, being bougie as heck, because then someone else sees it. And then what they do affects someone else, and so on and so forth. So even if all you did today was brush your teeth and maybe sit outside, like, you had like one meal today, like, you did something. The universe is completely neutral. It does not wish you harm. Mother Earth does not wish to get rid of the human race or any of us. Like, we are loved because we are love. But at the end of the day, you have to be good to yourself to be good to Mother Nature. And so, to wrap this all up, if you feel like in some small way, in somewhere in your head, you feel like you were chosen for something of any size, stars come in all different sizes, then I highly suggest you find a way to keep going and to pat yourself on the back, because when you are proud of yourself, you are the universe experiencing pride in yourself. That is you receiving the love the universe wants to give you, because the universe does not have a physical body. It interacts through the humans. That stranger who did something kind for you, or you doing something kind for a stranger, it is all the ourself trying to remember that love. So yeah, I'm proud of me, and so therefore I'm proud of you. If you listened this far or got anything out of it, I really appreciate that. I'm glad. Leave a like, leave a comment if you'd like. Share this video if you have the spoons for it. I'm Sparrow. This is Sparrow Speaks. And, see you soon.